The Senate President, Sherwin Gatchalian, opened the session at exactly 2 p.m. on July 15, 2026, with 21 senators present constituting a quorum. As to administrative matters, the impeachment court is in receipt of the House Prosecution Panel's request for issuance of subpoena duces tecum and ad testificandum to Land Bank of the Philippines and its branch managers today, July 15, 2026 at 4:52 p.m. The presiding officer initially confirmed his ruling that the vote will not be per issue but per motion as preliminaries at the start of the proceedings. The oral arguments started, and the House Prosecution Panel manifested that the oral arguments will be done by Congressman Chel Jokno, who argued that no law can limit the constitutional power of the impeachment court as it is supreme in trying impeachable officers. The respondent, however, manifested that the oral arguments will be done by Attorney Michael Poa, who argued that the power of the court cannot be exercised by disregarding due process and cannot be used for fishing expedition. Rebuttals were done by the same counsels. Afterwards, the senator judges went to a caucus which lasted for 1.5 hours. As to manifestations and motions, after the caucus, the presiding officer stated that the senator judges wanted more time to study the motions and confirmed the agreement of the senator judges to resolve the request for issuance of subpoena on Monday, July 20, 2026. He further confirmed that the senator judges are going to ask the parties about their positions for 10 minutes per senator and not more than 1 hour per side. House Prosecution Panel lead Jervil Luistro manifested that they will not anymore present and formally withdraws the following names of the witnesses for Article 4. Number 1, PNP Firearms and Explosive Office Representative Michael Flores, Bons Magsambol, Sheriff Abe Andes, a family member of a victim of threats, and an unnamed psychiatrist. She further manifested that Attorney Matibag will be presented on Tuesday, July 21, 2026, and requested for the issuance of subpoena ad testificandum and duces tecum for the following witnesses for Article 1 based on their submitted request for subpoena. Number 1, Marivic Pareja for July 21 and 22, 2026. 2 Land Bank employees including Violeta Constantino, Branch Manager of Shaw Boulevard Branch, Nita Camposano, Branch Manager of DepEd Branch, for July 21 and 2022 as well. A subpoena should also be issued based on their request to Lynette Ortiz, President and CEO, but for subpoena duces tecum only. Upon clarification of Senator Judge Bam Aquino, the presiding officer confirmed that the defense will present its evidence after the House panel of prosecutors have finished the presentation of evidence in chief of all the articles of impeachment. The lead defense counsel, Attorney Season, manifested that the counsel for prosecutors made lengthy and unnecessary statements during yesterday's hearing and asked the court to remind the parties to refrain from doing so. The presiding officer granted the same and reminded the parties to refrain from making unnecessary statements in their manifestations. Senator Judge Kiko Pangilinan manifested that the proposal of the presiding officer to allow unnecessary statements to both parties would have been the better ruling, since the impeachment court is a political proceeding as well and shouldn't be bound by very technical rules. Following rulings by the presiding officer on various evidentiary motions and objections by both parties, the trial was adjourned, and pursuant to the rules of procedure on impeachment trials, the impeachment court will resume session on Monday, July 20, 2026 at 2 p.m. The agenda is the arguments of and clarificatory questioning by the senator judges to the parties relative to the issuance of subpoena duces tecum to the BIR, AMLC, and banks. Any questions? Walang questions? Alin po?
Just one anong manner lang po kahapon when Defense Counsel I mean, Senator Judge Padilla po attack the credibility of NBI Regional Director Lotok. Ordinary po ba yun sa, ano ba, sa court proceedings that a sitting judge attacking the credibility of a witness?
The senator judges are already in possession of several information aside from the fact that they are also hearing and reading the cases and the evidence being presented. So yung mga senator judges po natin, because they have certain information, are free to ask questions to the witnesses to establish whether they have to believe or not to believe the testimony or the credibility of the witness. So it is within their prerogative to ask matters that might have come to their possession in mga information na yon para i-clarify kung ano po yung katotohanan do sa information na yon. So I think that is what Senator Judge Robin Padilla did yesterday when he asked Attorney Lotok about yung career niya.
Kanina po na-clarify no na the prosecution will present first on all articles before yung defense. Posible pa ba tong mabago? And meron bang effect kung mababago siya or mariretain na ganon yung flow ng presentation nila?
Hindi na po yan posibleng mabago kasi yun yung nakalagay sa Senate impeachment rules na bago yung isang panig magpresenta ng kanilang evidence in chief, kailangan tapusin muna lahat ng mga artikulo doon sa pagpepresenta ng House Prosecution Panel of their evidence in chief. Ganun din yung mangyayari doon sa pagbobotohan on the ultimate question. Kailangan nilang pagbotohan din yun pagkatapos ng lahat ng pagpepresenta ng mga ebidensya, hindi per artikulo, hindi pagkatapos ng bawat evidence in chief nung magkapilang panig.
Attorney, doon po sa malamang na botohan doon sa pagpapasabpina sa bank and tax records, ano po ang magiging batayan dito? Simple majority po ba ng 24 senators or ng present sa trial?
Tama ka dyan, Nympha, no? Pag mga ganyang mga ordinaryong mga botohan lamang, simple majority lamang ng quorum. So only those senator judges present will be able to vote. And yung mananalong boto doon is 50% plus 1.
So kung 21 po on Monday, 11 votes lang kailangan.
Tama po.
And in-expect na po kaya yan sa Monday?
Yes. Again, iba yung expectation sa realidad. Kanina natanong din ako, no, kung may expect ba mag-i-issue na tayo ng resolution on the issuance of subpoena. Sabi ko, yan ang expectation at pinaghandaan na rin ng presiding officer na magkaroon ng resolution today. Pero because of the agreement between the senator judges to have more time, and since this subpoena do sa STECUM naman for the AMLC, the banks, and the BIR is relative to the sa Article 2 pa, which is the last article to be discussed by the prosecution or to be presented by the prosecution. Kaya siguro yung mga senator judges opted for more time. And also, dahil nabawasan din yung mga witnesses sa Article 4, so technically we are expecting na baka before July ends, matapos na natin yung Article 4 at mag-umpisa na rin yung susunod na artikulo, which is Article 1 sa pagrepresenta ng ebidensya ng prosecution.
Sir, ano ko lang? Yung majority, sir, dun dapat yung present sa floor, hindi po yung nagpa-attendance. Kasi baka nagpa-attendance 21, pero pagbotohan po, 15 na lang. So, paano po?
Ang binibilang po yung present na nagpa-attendance. So, ibig sabihin po nun, kasi po lahat sila mark as present nung time na yon, then pag nagbotohan po, dapat kasama rin sila sa numero. Kasi yun po yung nagko-constitute ng quorum, yung mga nagpa-mark na present po. Doon po ang
oo.
bilangan.
Siguro po ang hugot doon ni Manong Jan, attorney, ay meron
Pag biglang
minsan kasi
pag
ah,
nagpa-present,
umaalis.
pagkatapos umalis, di na bumalik, di na makaboto. Syempre, tatawagin ulit, magro-roll call ulit yan. Pwede namang magkaroon ng ganon. Nasaksihan na natin yan sa mga proseso naman ng Senado sa legislative body. Pero kung wala pong magko-question nung quorum at that time, then the quorum that was established at the start of the roll call nung umpisa ng proceedings, yun yung mananaig. Pero kung may mag-question po, then magpapa-roll call ulit para matingnan kung ano na yung bagong number for quorum.
Sir, mababago din yun. Halimbawa, may humabol na senator, judge, before the vote.
Tama po.
19 yung una, then nagdagdagan ng dalawa, naging 21.
Tama po. Tama po.
Sir, kanina bukod sa articles of impeachment itself, may ilan pang mga natakal na issues, no? Like yung SEA Games probe nga ng NBI. Do we have a rule po that prohibits senator judges from making manifestations that may be unrelated to the proceedings?
Wala po akong nakikita sa Senate Rules on Impeachment about that matter. Kung kailangan niyo rin po sana maintindihan yung ating mga senator judges, this is the only plenary session na nangyayari, no, yung sa impeachment court. Dito lang sila nabubuo ulit ng isang buo bago magsona. Kasi ngayon naka-recess pa ang Senado. So kung meron silang babanggitin about certain supervening event na nangyari, then wala silang ibang chance na banggitin yon kundi dito sa plenaryo ng impeachment court. So kaya ganun din ang paraan ng pagtayo ni Senator Judge Robin Padilla and Senator Judge Alan Peter Cayetano at saka nila Senator Judge Pia Cayetano. Kaya kanina nasaksihan natin na wala silang ibang recourse but to raise the issue during the proceedings of the impeachment.
Sir, ask ko lang, yung yung pagbawas ng mga witnesses ng prosecution, with that, how do we see yung pacing na nung trial? Mapapabilis na ba or ano po bang tingin nyo?
Tulad ng sinabi ko, hindi na natin kailangan gugulin yung 11 days para sa Article 4. Now, yung 11 days na yon nakatakda yon dahil sa 10 testigo nila na nakaplanong ipresenta. So, dahil nung makikita ninyo, bawat testigo halos 2 days, di ba? So, kung ganun yung takbo ng mga dalawang testigo, lahat ng mga testigo na yung ipresenta nila, then kukulangin talaga yung 11 days, baka umaba ng 20 days yung pagtalakay lamang sa Article 4. So by reducing the number of witnesses, nakabawas din yon dahil hindi na natin ini-expect na kailangan pa nating tapusin yung 11 days na yon. So kaya sinasabi ko kanina, baka before the end of July, and tinatalakay na natin yung Article 1. Question na po? Wala na? Thank you.